Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing paid review 23QB2. This is for Ben. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing an Omega Speedmaster 3861. Man on a Viking moon. Now Ben, he sent me some money and he said, "Hey Arch, love the content. You're a genuinely hilarious dude. Wondering if you could email." I emailed him. "I'd love to ask you some tips for buying watches. Just been really confused with all the different opinions on YouTube." Okie dokie. And this is after I had a bit of a chat with him. This is what he said to me. So he said, "Hey Arch, thanks for getting back to me. I've been really back and forth with the endless watch advice from different YouTubers, and you seemed at least honest enough to give a good answer. I've been led astray to the temptations of micro brands like Christopher Ward. Thankfully, I did not buy, and think I at least know not that if you're going to spend, don't go cheap on a shitty second tier brand. Problem is, I would like to buy a used Omega to start. I plan on wearing my watches pretty regularly and having a minimal lineup. I don't really want to pay more than I'm going to scratch the watch up a fair bit anyhow. I also like a lot of the older models at Omega compared to their newer and larger divers. Fleabay is terrible, I know, but at least they have really good bioprotection, and Chrono 24 seems as sketchy nowadays. If I'm going to take a huge risk, why not have the better buyer return protection policy, which is about the only thing good on eBay? I am looking at the Seamaster 300 reference 2598.80 and the 2562.80 primarily. Problem is, I've checked David SW, Bob's Watches, Pride and Pinion, and probably 5 other reputable grey market resellers, and they have little to no inventory for watches like this. Seems like they only resell used watches that are high in value, around the same cost as a new watch in many cases, and at that point I will just go buy a new Omega diver. So my second question is just that. Okay, so what's his, geez, he's starting to get bogged down with different dilemmas here. He says here, this is my second, so let's just get this worked out here. What's his first question? I'm just trying to work out what his first question is. His second question, what's his first question? He wants to buy, I'm looking at the Seamaster. So his first question is, what do I think of eBay and Chrono? Second question is those Seamaster 300s we mentioned. So my second question is that with how many shitty scams are out there, is it really just better to only buy new watches? If it's a collectible vintage watch, obviously you would have to go with the like of David SW or Bob's Watches maybe. But it just seems dealers like this don't sell the older models that aren't higher in resale value. And I'm already at $3,500 in the hole. Okay, he's getting a bit shitty here. To buy from their lowest used watches. Okay, He goes, and I'm just going to buy a new damn watch from the AD. The only place I found with models I mentioned was called Watch Vault, New York City, but I was wondering if you ever heard of them or any other legit grade dealers who sold lesser value used watches. I don't mind paying full price if I'm going to collect, but it would kind of suck to pay $5,000+ on an Omega I was going to beat the hell out of. If I do go that route, it seems like Joma Shop is another place, a good place to get a discount on new watches. Do you find them good or at that price, just buy it from the AD. Regards, Ben. So Ben's sort of gone all over the place. So the thing is this, it's like this, it's like cars. David SW, Bob's Watches, Pride and Pinion, they don't particularly sell some of these lower end, less desired Omegas. They sell more high end. It's like a BMW or a Mercedes dealer who has their premium selection. They sell the best of the best. Now, I get exactly what you're saying. You're saying, well, the Omegas that you've like are older. That's the 2598.80 and the 2562.20. What advice can I give you for getting them? So my first bit of advice is, number one, you want to get yourself a good watchman. That's right, a watchmaker who can check these watches out. So I would be looking for an independent watchmaker who can help you verify and make sure the watch is okay. Now, the second thing is, what I would do is I would join some Omega forums. That's right. Just do a Google search, Omega watch forums, and there are heaps of forums around. It would be highly recommended. You could talk to many, get a referral from people on some of these forums here. The next thing is, you've got to do some research. Information, knowledge is power. So I would certainly start looking around for those pieces. Now, personally, I tend to think you say a few contradictory things there. I would never beat any watch shop. At the moment, I'm wearing an Omega Speedmaster. I try and look after, if I'm going to do something that may damage a piece, I would take the watch off. So my second question is just that, with how many shitty scams there are out there, is it really better just to buy new? Well, you know what? You seem to have a really negative sort of attitude there, but there are scammers there. I would just be looking, put some information, do some research, and find some good pieces. Those, the thing is this, with your budget is about 3,500 US dollars. Unfortunately, you're not going to get much of a choice in the new range. You're not going to be able to get much in the new range for that figure. So what I would do is, I'd go on some Omega forums, get some referrals, and start having a look around. The other thing is, when you start looking at these watches, whether it's Chrono24, eBay, you get an appreciation of what bracelet they should have, how they should look, what paperwork they have. So then you can start finding nice examples. So I think in your case there, you've got to put some effort into doing some research. Bob's Watches, David SW, Pride and Pinion. Well, for starters, Pride and Pinion is in Ireland. Now, unless you're in the UK or Ireland, it's pointless buying from a UK seller. You want to buy watches from somebody in your own country, if not your own state. So that's exactly what I would be doing. Those watches you've mentioned there, it's not David SW's fault if he doesn't choose to sell those watches. David SW is a premium dealer. He sells high-end demand. He doesn't have the less. Now, there are dealers who sell many of these lesser models. In fact, you can get yourself a great bargain with them. Do some research. My best advice to you is, firstly, get a good independent watchmaker who knows Omega and who can check out the pieces for you. Secondly would be to find some Omega dealers locally, this is grey market dealers, and you can get it checked out. That's what I would be doing. As far as they go there, I would also, third piece of advice is, I'd always take it off. If there's a chance of it getting damaged or scratched, or I'd always take it off. It's no reason to beat up any watch there. those Omegas there, they are less desired now. They've kind of dated, but they are very good bang per buck. Buying on Chrono or eBay, what's my own view on that? I'd prefer to buy from a local dealer. However, many of the dealers on eBay and on Chrono many of the people who are selling are dealers. So you could go and visit them store in person, take a look at it. So I'd be more inclined, instead of dealing with an individual on eBay or Chrono24, you can find out some of these people have commercial accounts, and then you can go and visit them yourself. I think you've got to put the effort in. There's no free lunches in life, and those models you've mentioned there, they are very good models, and they're great on the secondary market. They're really good bang per buck. The best advice is to go do your homework, join a few forums, and get some referrals and find some nice pieces there. You've got to put your toe in the water. You know, this is always a learning curve. This is how it goes. But if you've got prepared to put the effort in, you should be able to get a beautiful collection for not huge money. These are really good buys because they are softer. And they're still rather attractive watches. So I would certainly advise you to put the effort in, and I'd be more inclined to deal with a commercial listing on eBay or Chrono24 than a private seller. Ring them up if they've got a store. You can often see their name in the listing. Ring them up, have a chat, see who you feel comfortable with, see if you've got some, if you can click with the sellers there. That's exactly what I would be doing, and I think that is your best way to get a really, really good bang per buck. Put the effort in. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So you want to put the effort in, do your research, and you're going to snag some bargains. So that is my advice, Ben. Thank you so much for the question, and I hope it helps, and I will see you in the next one. Remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. Paid reviews keep me full-time on YouTube. If you have a question, please email me at archieluxury72@gmail.com, archieluxury72@gmail.com, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, guys, it's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity, keep some pride, go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, Archie Luxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US, look down in the description. $50 US, I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon, look down below, and I will see you in the next one.